Stop. Don't scroll past. Take a deep breath. Right now, your soul has led you here to this exact moment. This is not a coincidence. This is not YouTube's random algorithm. This is an appointment set in the eternal realm. An appointment you were unaware of, but that heaven has been anticipating for a very long time. And now, right here, time stands still. Listen very carefully, because what you are about to hear does not come from a stranger on the internet. It comes from a place far beyond human comprehension. Right now, as you hear these words, a decree has been issued from the throne of God, a decree that traveled at the speed of light, piercing through the heavens, and was placed into the hands of one of the most powerful warriors, the Archangel Michael. And he, with a voice trembling, not with fear, but with the supreme urgency of love, is speaking directly to you. I order you ... Open this now. Do you hear that? Do you feel the weight of those words? I order you. Not I suggest, not I hope, but I order. That phrase, I order you, instantly shatters any possibility of delay. It casts aside every casual dismissal, every intention to watch later. This is not friendly advice, not a gentle suggestion, and certainly not a whisper for the future. It is a direct command, an absolute mandate from a powerful entity of heaven who stands as a guardian over your very life. The urgency is ringing in every syllable. This is not a message for tomorrow, he insists. This is not a whisper for later. Time is no longer an abstract concept. It has become the core element. Every second you hesitate, every moment you doubt, could bring consequences that heaven is desperately trying to prevent. This message must be received. It must be absorbed. And it must be acted upon ... and immediately. There are no exceptions. No delays are permitted, because this entire message is presented as a heavenly command. This elevates its meaning to the highest possible level. This is not human speculation. This is authority from the very mouth of God, delivered through the lips of angels. This creates a powerful pressure, not to crush you, but to awaken you to your personal responsibility. You are receiving a direct instruction from the Almighty. This is not a random utterance, not a meaningless message floating in cyberspace, and it is intended for you alone. Among billions of souls, the eyes of heaven are focused on you. This personalization is not a gimmick. It is the truth. It is designed for you to feel that this message is exclusively yours, to create a deep connection, a sense of being chosen, of being specially cared for by the entire heavenly kingdom. It piques your curiosity, yes, but more importantly, it awakens a sense of personal responsibility in receiving this divine gift. A divine alarm has been sounded for you. Imagine a colossal bell in heaven, ringing for just one name, your name. The concept of an alarm suggests a critical situation, a threat that is imminent or has already begun to creep into your life, and heaven is signaling a warning for you. To prepare, to defend yourself, to be saved. And know this, heaven is watching you closely. This divine surveillance is not judgmental condemnation. No, it is the profound concern of a father watching his beloved child step into a danger zone. It shows that every aspect of your life, every breath, every heartbeat is of interest to heaven, and especially right now, your health. The voice of the Archangel Michael is trembling. Stop and reflect on that image. A great warrior, commander of the heavenly armies, who faces darkness without flinching, and yet his voice now trembles, not from fear, but from extreme urgency, from a boundless love for you. The gravity of this situation is so immense that it moves an archangel to tremble. That image has a profound psychological impact. It screams to you, pay attention. The danger is real, but so is the salvation. This message, Michael asserts, could be the thing that saves you from what you don't even see coming. An element of mystery envelops it, an irresistible pull. It compels you to continue, to discover the hidden dangers that the naked eye cannot see, but your soul is sensing. It positions this message as a life raft, a personal tool of salvation, a direct intervention to protect your very life. Do you understand? Your finding this video is no coincidence. God has made it clear. You were not supposed to read this today. Your schedule was different, but heaven intervened. They rearranged your timeline, pushing other things aside so that this message would appear before your eyes. Why? Because you matter. Because your body matters. Because your life matters. And the issue at hand is sacred. It is about life, about the body, about the temple that houses your spirit. A temple that is under threat, right? Now, as you sit here, know that you are not alone. Close your eyes if you can, and feel this. You are surrounded by 3 powerful angels. This is not a poetic image. This is a spiritual reality. A divine presence so tangible and close, it is breathtaking. It brings an unparalleled sense of security, while simultaneously affirming the importance of this moment. The angel Michael is standing directly in front of you. Picture him, majestic and powerful. In his right hand, he holds a shimmering golden scroll upon which your name is engraved. That is this message. In his other hand is the divine sword of justice, not for punishment, but to sever every chain of sickness and curse that has been silently binding you. His presence immediately communicates the absolute weight and authority of what is being revealed. Another angel stands to your left, one to your right, and a third is directly above you, forming a protective dome of light. This is a complete 360-degree envelopment. A solid, impenetrable barrier of protection is being erected around you. They are not passive observers. They are active guardians, ever-present sentinels. And understand clearly, these are not ordinary angels. These are divine protectors sent specifically for one single reason. Your health is under surveillance by the kingdom of God. Your health has become a matter of state in heaven. The fact that angels have been dispatched as special envoys, assigned a specific and crucial mission related to your health, shows the priority of this issue. This surveillance does not carry the negative connotation of being watched, but rather the utmost care and protection. 3 of the greatest angels, Gabriel, the messenger of God, Raphael, the healer of heaven, and Michael himself, the commander, have been dispatched. The synergy of these 3 powers indicates an undeniable level of seriousness. Something must be revealed to you. Right now. Before it's too late. They stood by your bed last night. As your body slept, completely unaware, they were there, hoping that your spirit, in the silence of the night, would hear their call. They have tried to warn you in dreams, in those vague feelings of unease upon waking. And here's what will shake you. One of them wept, another trembled. The third had to shield his eyes. Why? Because what they were commanded to show you is terrifying. This image of intense emotion from angels, beings of light and power, is a shock to the system. The fact that they too feel distress reveals the terrible magnitude of the threat you are facing. And this is the most important part there. Pain is not because you are being punished. Never. It is because you are loved so much, so deeply, that heaven could not bear to remain silent for one more second. This truth softens the initial fear, replacing it with a profound sense of being loved and protected, motivating you to receive the rest of the message with a melted and open heart. So what is the ultimate purpose of all this urgency, of this angelic presence? It's simple: to save you. To save you from dangers you are not yet aware of. To save you from a painful fate, a serious health crisis that has been seeded in the unseen realm. This message is a tool of salvation, a direct divine intervention. It is called your divine prescription. Think of it that way. A prescription written not with ink on paper, but with light on an angelic scroll. It contains not the names of chemicals, but the specific and necessary instructions for you to achieve complete healing. It transforms the message from a frightening warning into a detailed guide, a clear roadmap for your total restoration. The affirmation from Michael rings out, "Your health has been marked." This phrase carries a profound meaning. It does not mean you are cursed. Quite the opposite. It means your health has been specially noted by heaven, like a critical file, stamped top priority on God's desk. It implies that there is divine attention, a special focus on your health status. A special mark has been placed upon it in the spirit realm, making it stand out among billions. And with that comes the declaration, heaven is watching you closely. As mentioned, this is the concern of a father, not the surveillance of a warden. Every detail, from the unseen blood sugar levels to the irregular heartbeat, from the unexplained fatigue to the fleeting anxiety, all of it is within heaven's field of vision. And they are actively monitoring, not to watch you fall, but to intervene at the right moment. The presence of divine protectors sent specifically because your health is under surveillance by the kingdom of God reinforces an undeniable truth. Your health is a matter of sacred importance. It is no longer merely a personal issue. It has become part of a larger divine plan. So you can understand the level of comprehensive protection. Michael paints a picture. He is positioned over your bed, over your food, over your breath. Imagine that. An archangel standing guard by your bed as you sleep, watching over every breath you inhale, monitoring every piece of food you put into your body. This protection is not a one-time event. It is constant, ceaseless, covering every aspect of daily life. The most basic things you usually take for granted. This message pulls back a secret curtain, revealing that something has been revealed in the spirit realm about your health. What does this mean? It means the root of what you are feeling is not physical. The root lies in another dimension, a deep spiritual plane. There are truths about your health that an MRI cannot capture, that a blood test cannot measure, and that can only be seen and understood in the spirit realm. And here is the core revelation. The enemy had a plan, but God intercepted it. This is a two-part statement. The first part confirms your deepest fears. There is an opposing force, an enemy, actively seeking to harm you. Your health is the target of a spiritual attack. But the second part brings immediate hope and release. God has intervened. That plan has failed. His intervention has neutralized it. The sickness that was being prepared in secret, Michael explains, the weakness that was forming in the silence of your body, has now come to the attention of the armies of heaven. This shows that the enemy operates stealthily and subtly. It plants the seeds of disease silently, which may not have yet manifested as clear symptoms, not yet diagnosed by any doctor. But heaven, with its all-seeing vision, has recognized these threats early on. They are always one step ahead of the enemy. This provides an unparalleled sense of security, that you are being protected by an ultimate defense system. And then, Michael declares powerfully, a statement that will forever change the way you see your body. Your health is the battleground where an invisible war has begun. Let that sentence soak into your mind. Your health, not a biological state, but a battleground. A place where the forces of light and darkness are clashing. This places a completely new context on every ache, every fatigue, every health issue you might be experiencing. They are not random. They are battles. Why is your body so important? Because your body is the temple of divine purpose. This is not a poetic flourish. It is a spiritual truth. Your body is not just flesh and bone. It is a sacred space where your soul, a spark from God Himself, resides. It is the vessel through which you are to fulfill the high purpose God has ordained for you on this earth. Therefore, when the enemy tries to harm this temple, It is not just a physical attack. It is an attempt to sabotage, defile, and block your divine purpose. That underscores the ultimate seriousness of this war. Now we will delve deeper into the nature of this war. Why is it happening to you? And how has it been waged? This part might be difficult to hear because it will touch on truths you may have tried to ignore. But the truth will set you free. The Archangel Michael, the mighty warrior, again expresses a deep sorrow. He says that he is weeping. Michael is weeping, not just because your health is under divine surveillance, but because you have ignored the whispers. Heaven's heart is breaking, not because you are weak, but because they have seen you, whom they love infinitely, ignore the signs, the life rafts thrown your way. What are these whispers? They are not sounds heard by the ear. They are the inner. Nudges, that vague feeling that you should rest, that you shouldn't eat that thing. They are the strange dreams, the fleeting images you forget upon waking. They are the sudden fatigue that is disproportionate to your activity. They are the odd forgetfulness when you forget simple things. And they are the anxiety from nowhere, a sense of unease that washes over you for no apparent reason. What did you do with those feelings? You dismissed them. You explained them away in very logical human terms. It must be stress. I'm probably just sleep deprived. I must be getting older. But this message declares unequivocally, these are not normal things. These are signs, warnings, holy disruptions. Ponder that phrase, holy disruptions. Those uncomfortable experiences, those inconveniences, were not random or negative. They were deliberate interventions from heaven. They intentionally disrupted your routine, interrupted your comfort, to get your attention, to force you to stop and see the truth. God says this is not a random coincidence. This affirmation refutes any thought that your symptoms are just in your head, as people around you might suggest. No, they are part of a sophisticated and loving warning campaign from heaven. Do you remember? The pain you felt last week, the dizziness, the shortness of breath, the deep exhaustion, you ignored them. You told yourself to be stronger, to push harder. You ignored them. But heaven did not. They saw, they recorded, and they acted. The moment those symptoms appeared, 3 angels gathered immediately and rushed to your side, but you did not listen. Imagine that scene, 3 mighty angels rushing to help, but the wall of your skepticism and your busyness blocked them. Michael confirms it again. The signs you ignored, the sudden fatigue, the sharp pain that comes and goes without explanation, the strange feeling in your chest, the weakness in your limbs, the shortness of breath, the dizziness upon standing, the ringing in your ears. No, they are not random. They were divine alarms sent to warn of an invisible attack. The world, and perhaps even your loved ones, might call them stress, overthinking, or even imagination. But heaven knows the truth. Your body has been screaming out. Your heart has been sending signals. Your soul has been whispering for help. It has done everything it can to warn you, but the noise of life has drowned it all out. You felt it at night, haven't you? The fear that something is wrong, the strange feeling in your body when everything is quiet. That wasn't your imagination. That was a message. That was your divine intuition, amplified by the angels, warning you that it was time to stop and listen. And here is the most heartbreaking part. You have suffered in silence, even pretending to be fine. You have tried to push through the symptoms. You have denied the fatigue. You have convinced yourself that it's nothing serious. Does this description sound familiar? It touches the psyche of so many of us who are taught to be strong, to ignore our pain, even in your sleep. Heaven did not give up. The angel Raphael has been nudging you in your sleep. He has whispered to your subconscious. He has urged you to rest, to slow down, to get your health checked, to go deeper into the truth of what your body is holding. You may have felt strange dreams, mild pains, or mental discomfort recently. That was the message. That was the warning. Michael reveals even more. The angels have stood at your bed at night. You may have felt a pressure on your chest or a presence in the room. You woke up suddenly without knowing why. That was not random. It was a touch from heaven, an attempt to awaken you to your own truth. And now, with all his authority, Michael commands, do not ignore this again. This is a final warning. The line has been drawn. There is no more room for neglect. The consequence of continuing to ignore this is dire. When the spirit is tired, the body begins to absorb that exhaustion. This is a spiritual law. Your fatigue isn't just about your muscles. It originates in the soul, and when the soul is depleted, it drags the body down with it. Every time you say, I'll pray later, a small piece of your divine protection is weakened. This is terrifying. Procrastinating prayer is not just a bad habit. It is an act of self-sabotage, weakening your shield of defense against the invisible arrows of the enemy. Your shield gets thinner, Michael explains, because prayer isn't just talking to God. It is reinforcing your armor. And here is a specific warning, a frightening timeline. If you do not act within the next 14 days, a health crisis could occur. A crisis that even doctors will be confused by. They will run tests, they will scratch their heads, and by the time they might find the cause, Michael warns, it could be too late. Ignoring the signs is dangerous right now. At this very moment, you are standing on the edge of a very critical timeline. Like a crossroads of fate, one direction leads to healing, Michael says. The other leads to slow suffering, but the choice is yours right now. This message gives the power back to you. You are not a victim. You are the decider. But you must also be aware of the consequences of that choice. If you had missed this message, he adds, something in your body might have suddenly failed. The fact that you are hearing this is the very evidence that the saving intervention was successful, that it has prevented a catastrophic medical event that was on the verge of happening. Now we will pull back the curtain even further to see what is really happening in the unseen realm. Where are these attacks coming from? And how? Prepare yourself, because the truth may be shocking. Did you know that words have the power to build or to destroy? This is not just true psychologically. It is true spiritually, Michael reveals. There is a woman, someone you may know, who spoke something over your health behind your back. She is not a witch. She just said seemingly harmless things, perhaps in a gossip session. Phrases like, they look so tired. They don't take care of themselves. I bet there's something wrong with them. What is so scary about that? Michael says, she did not mean to curse you, but her words entered the spirit realm and the enemy used them. This reveals a terrifying truth. Even negative, judgmental words, however unintentional, can become weapons in the hands of hostile forces. Her words became a spiritual rope trying to bind your energy. Picture that. Every negative word is a cord wrapping around your soul, tightening, draining your life force. This is why you sometimes feel exhausted without understanding why. But that's not all. There is another, more intentional attack. Someone has deliberately cursed your health. Don't think of horror movie images. Michael clarifies, not by chanting spells in the dark, not by calling on demons, but by something much more subtle. This is even scarier because it is harder to recognize and defend against. What did they do? They have fed you words soaked in poison. These are backhanded compliments, fake concerns, words that seem normal but are filled with jealousy, negativity, or malicious intent. They seep into your spirit, and from there, poison your physical body. They have sent envy into your energy field. They have spoken ill of your body behind your back. They have declared with their tongue that you look unwell, not out of concern, but out of secret hatred. Your enemy does not always show their face. Sometimes they smile at you. Those words are like daggers. Michael says he saw every single dagger thrown at you in the spirit realm. Every bad word, every jealous thought is an invisible stab, cutting your energy and damaging your vitality. And here is the most subtle part: intention. Someone, perhaps far away, simply thought, she doesn't deserve that healthy body. Or, he thinks he's so strong, let's see him fall. This is not just words. This is an intention. And Michael warns, the spirit realm is highly sensitive to intention. A hidden intention is sometimes more powerful than words because it creates a direct spiritual impact unfiltered by any barrier. And God was angered, not because they attacked you, but because you did not see it coming, because you still trusted them. You even laughed with them, ate with them, prayed with them, and they were the very ones silently speaking curses into your cells. This detail is bone-chilling. It shows that betrayal can come from those closest to you. It highlights the danger of placing your trust in people who do not have good intentions, no matter how friendly they seem. Even jokes can plant seeds of sickness. Someone you trust often jokes about illness, saying things like, "Don't get old," or "We're all just falling apart." These words, however seemingly harmless, are sowing spiritual weeds. They create a negative spiritual environment around health, which the enemy can easily exploit. Your feeling of exhaustion is not just physical. Its roots are much deeper. Your soul is tired. Your spirit is depleted. This is an energy depletion. At the soul level, it's as if your battery has been drained, affecting your overall resilience and vitality. This is why you have not rested spiritually, even when your body slept. You can sleep 8 hours, 10 hours, and still wake up tired. Why? Because in your sleep, your spirit is still fighting, still stressed, still trying to fend off invisible attacks. Your heart is fighting. You dream but do not feel rested. You wake but do not feel refreshed. These descriptions are not poetry. They are the spiritual diagnosis of your condition. It is not laziness, Michael insists. It is spiritual fatigue. And it is dangerous if ignored, because when the spirit is tired, the body begins to absorb that exhaustion. This is the key. Your fatigue is not your fault. It is a spiritual condition. But if you do not address it at the spiritual level, it will manifest as physical illness. Your body is beginning to rebel, not because it is weak, but because it is absorbing too much spiritual toxicity. Like a sponge saturated with dirty water, your body has been overloaded with negativity, envy, and anxiety from the spirit realm, and it is starting to malfunction. You are spiritually inflamed. This is an incredibly powerful image. Like a wound that is inflamed, swollen, and painful, your soul is also irritated and damaged, and that inflammation is causing physical symptoms. There is a pain you have never cried out, an emotion you buried because you didn't want to appear weak, a betrayal that silenced you. But that silence has created a spiritual bruise. And that bruise, Michael reveals, is affecting your heart rhythm and the clarity of your digestive system. This directly connects specific physical issues, heart, gut, to unresolved emotional trauma. Michael says, you have been carrying a fatigue that does not match your lifestyle. The level of your exhaustion cannot be explained by your job or your busy schedule. Why? Because your energy has been leaking. Someone consciously or unconsciously has placed a spiritual drain on you. This image perfectly describes how your energy is being invisibly siphoned off, leading to the relentless exhaustion you cannot understand. The attack doesn't just come from people. It also comes from your environment. Doubt there is a room in your house, or a certain corner that holds stagnant energy, a place where sunlight rarely reaches, a place that is seldom cleaned. In that space, something spiritual is hiding, a memory, an object, a gift from someone who left behind bitterness. Items, even gifts, can carry negative energy from the giver. Something invisible has taken up residence there, Michael says, affecting your sleep and your breath. The angel Raphael tried to heal you last week, but your environment was interfering. The room where you sleep had absorbed the energy of someone who visited you with a fake smile. That person left, but they left behind an energetic footprint of harm. That invisible trace is still harming you. Therefore, Michael implores you, cleanse the northwest corner of your room immediately. The specificity of the direction shows the precision of the divine information and the urgency of the action. Danger also lurks where you least expect it, your kitchen. There is something hidden in your kitchen that is not good for you. It could be a spice, a bottle, a package of food you received from someone, something that someone touched with bad intentions. Michael says definitively, check all gifts, especially those that were left without you asking. There is a poison nearby. This is a serious warning about the risk of being spiritually poisoned through food or objects. Even a touch can be an attack. Michael says that someone once touched your hand and something was transferred. Do not be afraid, but be aware. Physical contact carries energetic codes. Some people, Michael explains, are walking vessels of envy. They don't need to say anything. They just need to touch your shoulder, hold your hand, and their toxic energy will transfer to you. Michael has seen someone do this to you in the last 6 months. A hug that felt forced, a hand that lingered too long, a look that made you uncomfortable. Think back. Your spirit knows. And Michael gives a clear instruction. That person no longer belongs in your life. They are spiritually incompatible with your healing. The enemy doesn't just attack. It also tries to cover its tracks. Michael intercepted the first attempt when you felt something unusual in your chest, but dismissed it. Raphael removed the spiritual weight that was pressing on your vision, designed to blur your spiritual sight on the day your eyes felt heavy and you blamed it on looking at a screen too much. Gabriel silenced the demonic echo buzzing around your aura on the night. You couldn't sleep and your heart raced for no reason a doctor could explain. The angels have been constantly fighting for you in silence, but a more serious incident occurred. 3 nights ago, in your sleep, your spirit was shown something, a clear warning. But when you woke up, you had forgotten. That was not an accident, Michael reveals. The enemy tried to erase your memory of that warning. This is an incredibly subtle tactic. Attack, then erase the memory of the attack so you cannot react. But now, Michael is restoring it. That moment you woke up confused or scared was your spirit remembering a spiritual assault. So, what is the enemy's ultimate goal? Why target your health? It's not to kill you quickly. Its plan is more subtle. To silently weaken your health with a slow fatigue, with quiet problems. A little blood sugar imbalance, a slight change in blood pressure, a minor infection that seems insignificant. Why? Because the enemy's ultimate goal is not just to harm your body. It is to sabotage your journey. It is to corrupt the temple of your divine purpose without you even knowing it. Your purpose is too great for you to be buried in sickness. This is a powerful affirmation. You were born to do great things, and the enemy knows it. So it attacks your foundation, your health, to prevent that mission. The enemy has tried to attack your body to block your mission. Now you understand. That fatigue is not just physical. It is spiritual warfare. That pain is not just medical. It is a spiritual wound crying out. And now that you know the enemy and its plan, it is time to see the great intervention of God. If the previous part made you feel heavy, this part will lift you up. If the darkness has been exposed, now the light will shine brilliantly. The war is real, but the victory has already been decided. Listen again to the powerful declaration spoken from the beginning. The enemy had a plan, but God intercepted it. Let this sentence echo in your soul. The enemy's plan, no matter how subtle and malicious, is nothing but a failed plan. Before it could bear fruit, the supreme power of God intervened. Like a great general who sees the enemy's attack on a map and sends troops to stop it before it even begins. The weakness that was forming in the silence of your body has now come to the attention of the armies of heaven. This attention is not passive observation. It is active intervention. The moment the spiritual seed of disease was planted, heaven detected it and began to act to neutralize it. You have never fought. Alone. And now for a dramatic revelation, undeniable proof of God's love. Michael says, with a sense of relief in his voice, "You were destined for something painful in 7 days, but the mercy of God has canceled it." Pause to comprehend this. In the spirit realm, a tragic event was set to happen to you. It could have been a sudden faint, a strange fever, a random collapse, something no one would expect. Something that would have sent you to the hospital, causing panic and suffering. But God, in His infinite mercy, saw it, and He said, "No." God canceled it before it reached your doorstep. He stopped it from afar. And this message, the very video you are watching, is the proof. It is the cancellation notice, the evidence of what could have been if God had not intervened. It is a sacred legal document confirming your salvation. God speaks, not in the future, but right now. I am neutralizing it right now. In the very moment you hear these words, healing power is being released. The intervention is immediate. The doctors will not see what God sees, Michael explains, but if you trust, God will heal what even science cannot name. This is not to diminish medicine, but to elevate faith. There are sicknesses of the soul, energetic imbalances that modern medicine has no tools to diagnose or treat. But the power of God transcends all those limits. There is a latent, undiagnosed condition, but it is being uprooted by the Spirit. Heaven doesn't just treat symptoms. They are working at the root level, removing the deep cause of the illness, even if it hasn't manifested externally. And here is the promise, tied to your obedience. If you listen now, Michael will protect you. If you listen now, God will reverse the damage. If you listen now, your body will begin a process of supernatural restoration, a restoration that far exceeds the body's natural ability, a regeneration fueled by divine power. God is taking back your body. Though the enemy has tried to attack and occupy it, your body still belongs to God. And now, He is reclaiming control, evicting all invaders and restoring it completely. Heaven declares emphatically, no more silent attacks. The period of secret suffering, the phase of enduring alone, is over. Now is the time for public protection and clear healing. The divine healing has begun, not will begin, but has begun. The process has been initiated. Your healing is no longer distant. It is happening right now, in every cell of your being. And when did it start? The healing began when you opened this message. Your act of obedience, your act of trust in deciding to listen, was the very key that opened the door to heaven's healing power. Every sentence you read is medicine, Michael says. Every word is a sword cutting away what was not planted by God. You are not just hearing information. You are absorbing a divine dose of medicine. This healing is not an abstract process. It is carried out by specific beings, envoys of light. Michael, the leader, is not just a warrior. He is your most devoted advocate. He has knelt not out of weakness, but because he is pleading with you with all the strength of an eternal warrior. Imagine that, an archangel on his knees for you, begging you to accept your healing. How great is that love? He is the bearer of the cancellation notice. The golden scroll in his hand bears your name, stating clearly that the painful medical event has been canceled by the mercy of God. He is your comprehensive protector over your bed, over your food, over your breath. He is the one who intercepts the attacks, who saw every curse thrown at you like daggers. He is the one who restores your memory of the erased warnings, and he is the one who confirms your status. Michael says, "You are not cursed. You are chosen. And because you are chosen, you are attacked, but heaven will never abandon a chosen one." This affirmation changes everything. You are attacked not because you are weak, but because you are important. You are a threat to the kingdom of darkness, and he will not leave. Michael promises, "I stand at your door. I have been inside and will not leave until your healing is complete." He is your personal bodyguard throughout this journey. Right now, Michael has drawn his sword, not to attack you, but to cut the chains that have bound you to physical suffering, the chains of sin, of anxiety, of fatigue, of emotional trauma that have been embedded in your organs, bones, and heart. He is performing a spiritual surgery to set you free. Raphael, the angel of healing, is also here. He has touched parts of your body you haven't even realized were under attack. The healing work has already begun silently. He has removed this spiritual weight, pressing on your vision, freeing you from the invisible burdens that cloud your spiritual perception. He is standing over you, his hands emitting a stream of emerald green light. He is urging you to go deeper into the truth of your body, to become an active partner in your own healing process. Gabriel, the messenger of God, also has a crucial role. He has silenced the demonic echo that was disrupting your sleep and your heartbeat, and he has shown you a vision, you standing before a mirror and finally understanding that your body is not just flesh, it is a prophecy. Your body is the vessel for the fulfillment of a promise, a divine purpose. Your health is necessary for that prophecy to be fulfilled. Michael's words ring out like an oath. Tell them I never left them. He says, not when they were in pain, not when they cried, alone, not when they gave up on themselves. I stayed, I watched, I protected even when they ignored me. This is the most eloquent testimony of heaven's steadfast love. For the next 7 nights, God will assign 3 special healing angels to surround your bed as you sleep. A reinforced protection to ensure the healing process proceeds without interruption. The angels are listening. The healing is already happening. You are safe. You are being healed. You are under divine protection right now. Heaven's intervention is real, but it requires your cooperation. You hold the key to unlocking its full power. Remember, the enemy tried to delay their healing by causing them to delay their prayers. Why? Because prayer is an incredibly powerful weapon. Every time you say, "I'll pray later," a small piece of your divine protection is weakened. Your shield gets thinner. Now is the time to rebuild it. Prayer isn't just talking to God. It is reinforcing your armor. Therefore, Michael pleads, do not close this message without praying. Don't let it be just interesting words. This is a matter of spiritual life support. Your body will begin to recover, but your faith is the activation key. Faith is not a passive emotion. It is a dynamic force. It is the switch that turns on the light. Michael reveals a miracle was destined for you, but it was almost blocked because of your lack of faith. But now, by reading this far, you have reactivated it. Your act of listening, even if initially skeptical, was an act of faith, enough to restart the miracle. Here is a specific instruction with an incredible promise. If you pray within 30 minutes of finishing this message, a divine shift will happen in your blood, a cleansing, a renewal, and you will feel it, a tingling, a warmth, a clarity. This is a call to immediate action, and use the power of your words and your touch. Michael says, touch your body with love. Place your hand where it hurts and say, God lives here. Why? Because your body is listening. Every cell has a memory. If you say, I'm tired, I'm weak, I'm broken, your cells will obey. They will manifest that fatigue, that weakness. But if you say, I am healing, I am light, I am strong through Christ, your body will regenerate itself. The cells will obey the command of life. Start a new practice today. Declare daily for the next 21 days. My body is strong. My cells obey the voice of God. I walk in divine health. I live and I thrive. Michael promises that if you do this, the trajectory of your health will be permanently altered. And when an old symptom tries to return, and it will test you in the next 72 hours, you must speak to it literally. Say out loud, you are not welcome. I am healed. You are a shadow with no power. Don't just think it, declare it. The angels respond to your spoken word. Your words are their command to act. Place your hand on your heart and say, this heart belongs to God. No evil can touch it. Stop cursing yourself with negative words. Every time you say, I'm so tired, your body hears it. Speak words of healing now. I am strong. I am recovering. My body is a miracle. Heaven is waiting to align with those declarations. And know that you do not fight with your own strength alone. You have an ancestor in heaven who prayed for your healing even before you were born. A grandmother, a grandfather, someone in your bloodline who loved God, prayed for future generations. That prayer is still active. It is being reactivated right now. Someone who loved you, who passed long ago, saw this day coming. Their tears still echo before the throne of God. You are walking in the strength of generations. Their prayers are the wind beneath your wings. Heaven has acted. Now it's your turn. Healing is a partnership. This is what you must do. There is something specific God has been nudging you to stop eating or drinking. You know what it is. A still, small voice, an inner urging you have ignored. That is not your imagination. That is an angelic instruction. That food or drink, innocent in itself, has become a doorway to imbalance for your body at this time. Michael says they must obey that instruction immediately. If you are unsure, fast and pray for one day. The answer will come clearly. Do not delay. God says, eat more from the earth, return to fruits and grains. Drink more water, not just to purify your body, but as a spiritual act to cleanse your emotional system. Be cautious with worldly medicine. Michael warns, be cautious of pills, injections, or advice that you feel uneasy about. Pray about every decision. Seek a second opinion. Not every white coat is led by the light. However, this does not mean ignoring medicine. Go to the doctor if you've been putting it off. Get the tests done. Cooperate, but with spiritual discernment. A prophecy. You will crave what nourishes you. You will lose the desire for what is toxic. Trust this shift. You need deeper rest, not just sleep, but soul-level rest. Turn off the noise. Go to bed earlier. Let go of toxic connections. Create a sacred space for restoration. The promise is, your rest will be deeper. Your sleep will heal you. Remember Michael's warning. Cleanse the northwest corner of your room immediately. Use prayer, use salt, use incense. Act now. Every moment you wait, your body bears the impact. Check all gifts, especially those that were left without. You asking. If anything makes you feel uncomfortable, get rid of it. And the hardest thing, separate yourself from those who drain your light. The person Michael mentioned, the one with the toxic touch, no longer belongs in your life. Cutting off toxic relationships is a necessary surgery for the survival of your soul. Cry if you must cry. Scream in your prayer. Confess your anger. Let your soul sweat. Your soul is holding emotional toxins that your body cannot process. Release them. Touch your body with love. Go deeper into the truth of what your body is holding. You have carried too much for others. Now, God says, it is time to take care of yourself. Michael has drawn his sword to cut the chains of guilt, anxiety, fatigue, emotional trauma. And God is cutting the roots of fear, hereditary sickness, neglect, emotional wounds that went unhealed and became disease. This healing is to the root. Remember, your healing is not just for comfort, but for divine completion. Your purpose is too great for you to be buried in sickness. Begin your 21-day practice. My body is strong. My cells obey the voice of God. I walk in divine health. I live and I thrive. You are already healed, Michael says, but you must walk like it, talk like it, think like it, eat like it, sleep like it, and pray like it. Live in the reality of your healing. When symptoms try to return, speak to them. You are not welcome. I am healed. Place your hand on your heart and declare, this heart belongs to God. Stop cursing yourself. Speak life. Do not delay prayer. Rebuild your armor. Pray right after this message to activate the shift in your blood. Welcome the 3 healing angels who will be at your bedside for the next 7 nights. Say it out loud. Healing angels, I welcome you into this room. Protect me, protect my breath, and cleanse my body. Perform this ritual. Write down your symptoms. Pray over that list. Then burn it as a symbol of surrender. Tell God, this list does not owe me. This act will cause the angels to bring you specific instructions. Obey the guidance about food. Listen to worship music and avoid negative conversations, gossip, and fear. Avoid arguments in the coming days, Michael warns, especially with the person who raises your blood pressure. That argument is a trap designed to make your body vulnerable again. Choose peace. Say no to what drains you. The emphasis is on right now. Healing is not tomorrow. It is now. Heaven is watching your response. This is your test. Will you act, or will you let it be another forgotten message? You must cooperate with heaven now. Now, look to the future. A future that has been rewritten. A future of restoration, rebirth, and victory. Your body is a prophecy. Your healing is not just so you can feel better. It is so you can fulfill your divine mission. A task is being birthed through you, and your physical strength is required to carry it. Your healing will not look like the world's. Doctors may not understand. Tests might say one thing, but heaven says another. Believe the report of heaven. Whether the healing comes through a divine touch or through guided earthly medicine, its source is always spiritual. God is cutting the roots of fear, of hereditary disease. The blood of Jesus is cleansing your organs, restoring the memory of divine wholeness to every cell. Your body is being returned to its original design. Your miracle has been reactivated. Your healing is no longer distant. It is a breath away. The Holy Spirit is breathing new life into your lungs. The healing may not be instantaneous, but it will be undeniable. Every day you choose to believe, another layer of restoration will unfold. Look for the signs. Your hair will feel stronger. Your skin will regain its light. Your appetite will return to balance. Your sleep will be deeper. And here is the prophecy of complete transformation. The heaviness will begin to lift. Your heart rate will stabilize. Your mind will slow down. Your energy will return. Your skin will glow. Your blood pressure will normalize. Your joints will release inflammation. Your breath will feel sacred again. Your bones will strengthen. And your spirit will lead your body to victory. You will feel it in moments. A sudden surge of energy. A sudden sense of peace. A deep sleepiness after this message It is your body resetting itself. Do not fight it. God's final promise for you, written in the scriptures and repeated for you today. You will not die, but live and declare the works of the Lord. This is not your end. This is your awakening. You may have been close to a major health crisis, Michael says, but it was stopped because you chose to open this message. You are not the same person you were. Now you are awake. Now you are aligned. Now you are protected. There is someone watching your journey and secretly hoping you fail, Michael reveals. But God will use this moment to shock them, because instead of collapsing, you are about to rise. Your enemies expected you to be hospitalized, but you are about to run again, laugh again, and shine again. Your recovery will be a powerful testimony that silences every foe. Because you opened, heaven intervened. Because you said yes, a divine hand has touched your chest, touched your stomach, touched your blood, and initiated a new order. The inflammation is reversing. The cells are renewing. The brain fog is lifting. The immune system is rebooting. The process has begun. And finally, let the moving words of Michael envelop you. Tell them I never left them, he repeats. Not when they were in pain, not when they cried alone, not when they gave up on themselves. I stayed, I watched, I protected even when they ignored me. You are never alone. God saw you suffer in silence. Heaven wept with you. And now that you have listened, everything begins to change. You are safe. You are being healed. You are protected. Remember who you are. God says, you are marked, chosen, and beloved. Michael affirms, you are not cursed. You are chosen. It is because you are chosen that you are attacked. But heaven will never abandon a chosen one. Let this message stay with you forever, Michael instructs. And when you feel tired again, read it aloud. Speak life into your body. Remember this moment. Memorialize it. This is your moment. The moment of choice. Say yes to the divine. Say yes to your healing. Say yes to life. Amen.